Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this TrustChain Open Call 5 webinar on green, scalable, and sustainable DLT. So this is the first webinar for applicant. You will see that there will be a second one. So what is TrustChain? So TrustChain is a European project that is part of a broader initiative that is the NGI initiative. And we are 9 organizations spread over all Europe to bring you this project. We have among these 9 organizations, we have specific expertise. You will be able to receive some support from all the partners in this project. So the overall objective of TrustChain is to achieve a human-centered internet, sustainable, to empower innovators and end users through 5 open calls to create a portfolio of next-generation internet protocol using decentralized, focusing on decentralized digital identity management solutions that are transparent, interoperable, privacy-aware, and that can seamlessly interoperate with any of existing applications. This TrustChain Open Call 5 is part of a broader project that get 8,775,000 euro of funding and mentoring program with best international experts, and that will bring you some support during the open call. So actually, as start in January 2023 for open call. So open call 1 that is now over about decentralized digital identity. Open call 2 about user privacy and data governance. Open call 3 that is running now about economics and democracy. Open call 4 that is also running about multi-chain support for NGI protocol. And the last one, open call 5, green, scalable, and sustainable DLT. So to enable a human-centered, trustworthy, and sustainable decentralized internet, we have these 5 open calls that are based on 3 pillars that are a human-centered design and approach and citizen empowerment. This is really important to us. A regulatory framework and e-democracy, and also the last pillar, the market framework and the business potential. Each open call provides key technology that can be used as basis for development in the subsequent call, while also the opposite interaction can be employed by later calls. So you must integrate information or knowledge that come from the previous open call in your case. We will come to this later. What is the overall approach in TrustChain? So whatever the call, what was really important, the co-creation with engagement of end user since the requirement specification phase till the validation of the proposed solution. You have also to provide democratic, transparent, traceable, and regulatory compliant mechanisms that can support any ecosystem of entities and actors participating with their digital identity. So this is the second point. And the third point is the use of decentralized digital identity architecture together with IoT, AI, cloud-to-edge, DLT and DT, and embed in such solution important societal goal in accordance with objective truth and therefore trustworthiness. Let's move to the TrustChain Open Call 5. And the agenda for this webinar will be as follows. The Open Call 5 has been launched the 11th of November. of this year, and it will be closed the 15th of January of next year. The budget specifically dedicated for it is around 2 million, distributed among up to 17 selected projects for 9 months of implementation. And each project can be granted up to 117k euro. The goal is to employ, as already mentioned, digital identity, trustworthy data, and already designed novel mechanisms for the ecosystem economy in order to achieve high energy efficiency and optimization of particular DLTs. We are looking for the most appropriate, relevant, and pertinent trade-off between the use of technologies, the security of consensus protocols, on one side and the sustainability requirement on the others. So you are invited to submit your proposal on any topic that serves this Open Call 5 vision and objective with as minimal requirement, adopt a co-creation process with end user from requirement elicitation till validation, use standard technology for full stack development, be open source and desirably reach TL7. This is important, and you will have to mention this in your proposal. Extend the state of the art in the domain of green, scalable, and sustainable DLT. So what are we looking for? This is indicative and not limited to. We are searching for solution, protocol, services, or application that clearly define, upgrade, extend the state of the art, and address one or several of the following issue aspect topics. So let's start. First one, develop energy efficient consensus mechanism. So you will have to design and implement consensus mechanisms that reduce energy consumption, potentially moving away from proof of work while ensuring the security and trustworthiness of DLT system. You will have to introduce sharding for scalable decentralization, meaning that you will have to implement sharding technique to divide the network into smaller energy efficient groups of maintainers, drastically lowering energy usage while maintaining the security and integrity of the entire DLT network. These techniques could be related or employ deep in incentive mechanisms and approaches. You could optimize data management for energy reduction, meaning that you can explore methods for secure data removal to reduce the storage demands of DLT, allowing for the safe deletion of obsolete data while maintaining the integrity and reliability of the ledger. You can enable consensus-less DLTs functionality. In other terms, investigate and implement systems that perform DLT functionality without requiring communication between miners, eliminating the need for costly consensus protocol and drastically reducing energy consumption. You can also ensure interoperability and scalability. Develop solutions that maintain openness and ensure that the optimized DLT system can seamlessly interact with existing infrastructure while ensuring scalability to accommodate future growth without increased environmental impact. Moreover, innovative deep-in solutions that enable scalability and sustainability can be envisioned. So the list is long, but it's important that we go through. So the next topic could be energy efficient and interoperable smart Oracle solution. In other terms, develop scalable decentralized Oracle solution that exploit the capability of AI or machine learning while being energy efficient and ensuring the reliability and integrity of real-world data. Interoperability with legacy systems, including legacy identity system, is important. Also important is investigating the trade-off between energy efficiency and other performance metrics, such as latency and number of Oracle nodes. Energy efficient trust enclave. You can develop solutions and mechanisms toward energy efficient trusted enclave, potentially involving secure decentralized processing, secure multi-party computation, ZKP-based analytics, etc. You can also focus on energy efficient cross-chain bridges, develop a resilient and highly available bridging solution that support interoperability and the seamless integration of multiple DLT-based ecosystem. These bridges should facilitate state, data, asset exchange, privacy enabling mechanism, and digital identity across multiple chains. The solution can utilize mechanisms such as T, reputation, and data aggregation to ensure trust while increasing energy efficiency. You can also focus on energy efficiency application. In other terms, develop applications that make use of decentralized technologies and significantly impact energy efficiency, circular economy, and sustainability, token strategy for sustainability, for example, green certificates, digital product passports, and etc. Finally, the last topic, you can focus on embedding and embodying philosophical concept of indigenous population that can be used to achieve sustainability and trustworthiness in the context of climate change are also possible, also related to the 5 C's for sustainability. In other terms, consciousness, conservation, community, commerce, culture. Example of application may include, for example, but not limited to the Destination Earth program. What are the challenges you should consider and tackle? So the first one should be energy intensive consensus mechanism, trustworthiness versus efficiency trade-off, on-chain, off-chain data management and transmission, integration of digital identity, compatibility with existing DLTs infrastructure, Oracle and cross-chain bridges, Oracle for green certificate, energy efficient trust enclaves, energy efficient DePine, token strategy for sustainable goals, balance between privacy and sustainability, adaptation to the circular economy and waste reduction, and efficient use of underutilized resources. Focus on some specific aspects to be covered in your proposal. So what do you need to explain and what we want to see? So we want to see the specific Open Call 5 challenges your solution will address, the specific technological innovation you propose to develop, and how it is clearly different from alternative solutions that are already available in the market or developed by previous European research and innovation action, such as the European project OntoChain and any other project. So we really need to see this. It's part of the criteria we are evaluating. So a benchmark in terms of innovation of your solution with the existing. The specific user-centric approach and co-creation process you are going to implement. And you will see later that we have a specific slide to help you organize this this part of the content of your proposal. So it is really important to showcase that you will engage in a user-centric approach and the co-creation process with end user. You have also to specify the specific user privacy and data governance needs or challenge you propose to address and who would benefit from it immediately and in the long term. The specific legal and regulatory framework you are going to follow or to contribute to and/or contribute to. Whether the innovation will focus on the development of new solution for existing area or a totally disruptive approach or idea. Any work you have already done to respond to this need. For example, if the project focuses on developing an existing capability or building a new one, I just recall here that you should move from a specific TRL and you should specify it in the proposal and with an idea to desirably reach TRL 7. So this has to be specified. Any challenges or opportunity relating to equality, diversity, ethics, and inclusion arising from your project. Explain how your proposed solution will align with the building blocks developed as part of the Open Call 1, 2, 3, and 4 on digital identity, user privacy and data governance, economics and democracy, multi-chain support for NGI protocol. So you can find more detail in the TrustChain web pages, but you have also some description in the guide for applicant and in the Open Call 5 document. You should also as well identify and justify how the proposed solution or specific services and or module provided by it can be used by other service and application developers of the TrustChain ecosystem. So it is important for us to understand how your solution can integrate in the TrustChain ecosystem. I will leave the floor now to Andres, that is expert of user-centric approach.
Yes, thank you everyone for attending. And I will be brief but concise on what are we meaning by, implementing and the user-centric approach in the TrustChain projects. So for those who haven't heard about the user-centric approach, it's a way of making products also digital that involve different phases and different, let's say, iterations. One of them is concept testing and a definition of users. So you have to basically define who your users may be and how will the concept of your solution gravitate around that. After that, there is a definition of requirements. So pulling from what your users have said, you draw some requirements to then put in a platform prototype or wireframe that can be piloted and tested with users. So we can repeat this iteration of this cycle once again more. What is the objective of this? So to make solutions that align not just visually but conceptually to what users want, to identify who the end users of your solution are, not just to, let's say, name general groups, but to engage actually with specific people. And what does this mean for your proposal? So we can perhaps go to the next slide. Caroline, yeah. So for your proposal, it is important to show that that your solution will respond to user real needs, that you have people in the team that is in charge of engaging with users, translating the needs of users into requirements, and also to then pilot your solution with real users It means to do some user research and perhaps an user interface design after that, but mostly user research to be fair. So for your proposals, our best of recommendation is to define your methodology. So tell us what methods will you employ for engaging with users and getting information from them. Justify also more or less an approximate of the sample of users you will be engaging. How will you engage them? How will you reach them? What is the recruitment process of those users and plan? This can be done through a lot of methods. So it can be done through interviews, usability testings, surveys, combinations of all those, but you have to specify which ones and how, as well as a bit of a roadmap. So to frame in the time of the project, what are the steps to follow and how do they relate to all the phases in the project. It's not just a thing to do at the beginning or at the end, but rather something that is essential to the process and starts at the very beginning and finishes at the very end along with the development process. Then it is important for us to know what will you do with the data that you get from your pilots. It doesn't have to be very long, but you need to specify how will you translate the user feedback into decisions of your tool. And yes, I already mentioned, but I will repeat it. It is very, very, it creates a lot of trust for us that you have someone in the team with the expertise to carry this user research. So it's highly recommended for us to know really that you will indeed carry on with this process in a professional manner. And that will be all from my side in terms of user-centric approach, and I hope it was helpful for all of you.
So let's move now to the ethic aspect in TrustChain and how to take care about them. So you have to assess the ethical aspect of your project using the ethics questionnaire in the guide for applicants. So it is part of the administrative form. It is the applicant's responsibility. Any potential infringement of ethics principle and or any potential harm can result in the rejection of your proposal. So the most relevant topic to be addressed is the data protection GDPR. Whenever you process personal data as part of your project, your main obligations are inform data subjects, ensure having a legal basis for processing, for example, consent when it's required, and we will advise you to consult your DPO if you have one. You should seek, when required, approval from an external independent advisor on the measure you propose to mitigate any ethical risk. For example, an independent experienced data protection expert, or if mandatory, from an external ethics data protection body. So once again, I just repeat this, it's your responsibility to take care of ethical aspects. And we go through this at the stage of your application, the evaluation of your application. Eligibility criteria and selection process. So who are we looking for? So developers, innovators, researchers, academics, SMEs, and entrepreneurs working on different NGI relevant topics and application domains at the intersection between the technical field, the social sciences and humanities, as well as any other, including economics, environment, art, design, which can contribute to NGI TrustChain relevant vision. You must be part of the eligible country. So there are references in the guide for applicants regarding this, and we ask you to check if you can be part of this. And also, you must be an eligible type of applicants. Everything is in the guide for applicants. How the selection process works, there is first a phase regarding eligibility check, where we verify that you meet the eligible criteria. Then, if eligible, your proposal go to evaluation between two independent experts. And then finally, if you are part of the top ranked proposal after the proposal evaluation, you have access to the online interview where you will be asked to clarify some aspects of your proposal that were not so clear at the proposal evaluation stage. And from this online interview, we can select up to 17 projects to implement their project during the 9 months period. How and why to apply? So how to apply? The only entry point for all proposal is the F6S platform. So you have here the link where you can apply. The submission received by any other channel will be automatically discarded. So only via F6S. You have to provide a comprehensive research proposal according to the TrustChain template. This is part of the eligibility criteria and instructions set in the guideline for applicants. So please use the TrustChain template. You have to fill in the administrative part, including any obligatory supporting documents specified in the guide for applicants. The tips and tricks for a good proposal. So you have to read carefully the TrustChain Open Call 5 document and guide for applicant. You have to check carefully the eligibility criteria and verify if you meet them. You have to take a look at the frequently asked questions on our website. And finally, you have to use the official Open Call 5 TrustChain template for your proposal. You can learn more at this specific link. Why to apply? TrustChain will offer you equity-free funding, coaching and technical and business aspect, access to top infrastructure, as well as visibility, promotion support, and networking. So the equity-free funding, you will receive them based on your results and predefined KPIs. Free access to Alastria blockchain infrastructure, which is compliant with Ethereum. You will have access also to coaching support services and various expertise for scaling up innovative business. You will gain some more visibility and promotion toward the TrustChain community. And you will have access to networking, to a wider NGI community, matchmaking service between innovators, connection with some accelerators and or venture capitalists for the one who end up implementing the solution. Some frequently asked questions. What are Open Call 5 TrustChain timeline? So the call announcement was on the 11th of November, and the closure will be the 15th January at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The evaluation period can reach up to 3 months after the call closure. And the signature of the subgrant agreement, it's up to 1 month after the announcement of the final list of selected projects. And the project, this is indicative, can run from March 2025 to November 2025 in the best case. So what is a cascade funding? Also known as financial support to third party, it is a mechanism of the European Commission to distribute public funds in order to create new companies, increase their scalabilities, SMEs and or mid-cap companies in the adoption or development of digital innovation. The main objective of this financing method is to simplify administrative procedure with SMEs, thus allowing some project financed by the European Commission to issue interns open calls to obtain more funding. So there is the Commission give the right to a consortium to fund different stakeholders. Where does the funding come from? Funding is given by the TrustChain project under a sub-grant agreement signed by selected applicant and the TrustChain consortium. Funds are from the European Commission, which uses TrustChain as an intermediary. So this is really important, and I just want here to mention that in this frame, we must meet the rules of the European Commission. There is nothing different. There is, of course, an intermediary, but this intermediary, in other terms, the TrustChain Consortium, follow the rules of the European Commission and also then the third party. How does the funding mechanism work? The funding mechanism relies on a cascade funding scheme involving Horizon Europe funds. The scheme is based on a grant agreement signed by the European Commission and the TrustChain Consortium partners. The consortium partners receive the funds, which are then transferred to the winners of the TrustChain Open Call based on the rules and regulation explained in the guide for applicants. So Open Call 5, it means that funds received by call winners are Horizon Europe funds. So who is eligible for TrustChain Open Calls? Applicants can apply as individuals or linked to a legal entity. Hence, the participation is possible in several ways. Team of natural person, so team of individuals, all established in any eligible country. This does not consider the country of origin, but the residence permit. And a team should be of at least 2 individuals and more. So it can be also legal entity or entities, one or more entities established in an eligible country. It can be universities, research center, NGOs, foundation, micro, small and medium-sized enterprise, large enterprise working on internet and other related technology are eligible. This can be also any combination of the above. What are the countries eligible for funding under TrustChain Open Call? Only applicants legally established resident in any of the following countries. Here, after collectively identified as the eligible country, are eligible. So the member states of the European Union, including their othermost regions, the overseas countries and territories linked to the member state, and the Horizon Europe associated countries, as described in the reference document and the list of participating countries in Horizon Europe, according to the latest list published by the European Commission. So all of this is included in the guide for implementation, so it's important that you check it. Now, can you submit several projects to one specific call? Open call are competitive and applicants should focus on one specific topic. So TrustChain Consortium recommends you to submit one application per call whether you are a legal entity and or a team of natural person. In the event of multiple submission, only the last one received, so we have the timestamp of the FXS system, will be considered for the evaluation process. It's really important to take this into consideration. So no need to multiply effort. Please focus on one application. Any other submitted proposal involving the same applicant will be declared non-eligible and will not be evaluated in any case. Can I apply to TrustChain 5 open calls? Yes, you can. However, note that the maximum funding eligible per third party within the TrustChain project is limited to 200K euro. And this is it. Now we can open the floor for questions. So via, I will read it. Via OntoChain, we already have sub-second finality scalability that does not need sharing and only 3 micro per transaction, 110 million of an EVM transaction. We are also developing EVM token exchange in TrustChain Open Call 4. It should be completed by mid-2025. We don't have any user apart from app developers whom we don't know. Can we offer our open source DLT services to any Open Call 5 applicant? If so, how?
Yeah, I think the question is around whether it could be used by anybody from OC5 rather than asking they're developing an EVM token exchange as part of OC4. So I think the answer is yes. Anything that is built within the TrustChain should be used by other new projects from OC5. So we will be promoting, as OC4s are only kicking off now, we should be able to ask OC4 projects to present their potential solutions that could be used by OC5. By the time OC5 project starts, OC4 should be at least 4 months into the project, which should give enough guideline to the potential new project. So yes, you should be able to give your open source for OC5, and we will promote that. If you approach your coach should be able to put you in touch with potential projects, or we could organize a plenary session with all projects that are funded by other OC calls which are currently running, and there might be, so there are different mechanisms we can do to promote your protocol that you are building now.
Okay, thank you, Raj. What do you mean by approach your coach? If you apply, does everybody get one assigned?
Everybody gets one coach assigned. There is, every partner will be involved in the project. So projects allocated when the funding is successful, each project will be allocated a coach, and the coach will be having regular meetings with the team, which, as we said, I'm meeting all my OC4 projects tomorrow to kick off the projects. And then you have regular weekly meeting or fortnightly meetings with your coaches, and then you will be discussing your progress. You'll be showcasing as you make progress, and you'll be also discussing your deliverable, and you will share your deliverable with the coach, and the coach will internally then review with others, because the coach might be too close to you. So they are acting as a mentor or a more a colleague rather than being somebody who give constructive criticism on the work you do. So it goes to somebody within the project for internal review. So each project will be reviewed by internal team, and then you get feedback. And if your feedback is successful, then you tend to get your funding. So normally the funding is subject to successful delivery of your deliverables, as Caroline has already mentioned, but the coaches are there as a mentor or a guide to take you all the way from technology to introduce you to other projects which may have overlapping, interesting protocols and technical contributions. And for example, we are also organizing tomorrow a session on investment. So we take you all the way from helping you to build and to maybe integrate with some of the existing projects so that as Caroline mentioned, the idea is we want to create an ecosystem, not to duplicate or reinvent the wheel, but we also want you to be successful into commercialization going forward. Over to you, Thanasis.
Hello from my side. What Raj has mentioned is true for the projects that get selected and then they get implemented. So yes, the selected projects are assigned a coach, and we provide support with several aspects. But if you just apply, then you don't have a coach. I mean, you get through the evaluation process until this process is terminated and you get finally selected. Passing through also some interview process that exists after the initial evaluation from the internal and external evaluators. So I hope this clarifies the situation. I also wanted to mention something regarding the integration of existing solutions to your proposal. So this is something of course that we aim for. I mean, to reuse not only TrustChain developments but also previous NGI developments. Caroline has mentioned before that aspect. We want to reuse code as much as possible, especially from the NGI initiative. But also you have to have an innovative component in your project that justifies the funding. That said, I mean, of course, we will give some bonus, let's say, to projects that use open call projects that have been already developed by TrustChain. But this is not absolutely mandatory prerequisite for applying. So you can just use other NGI initiative software from other NGI initiatives or software from other open source projects and still qualify for TrustChain. If you are, of course, applying and you are facing the challenges that are within the scope of OC5. So thanks.
The important aspect is really to demonstrate from where do you start and where you will arrive. This is really important. So in terms of TRL, is there any support on ensuring your structure the response correct when applying? So actually, no, you will not have. You can ask question, of course, and we will respond, but we will not go through your proposal before the evaluation stage starts. So, and we will not specifically give you some answer regarding your proposal. This could only be some general question.
We are building a decentralized online learning platform that combines blockchain, AI, and Otagogi. Our implementation will also include the ID layer. Does this qualify us to apply for the call? Frankly, I mean, I don't know exactly what you are building, okay? But what you are aiming to build, but it doesn't say anything about energy. It doesn't say anything about energy sustainability, environmental, or any kind of, I mean, any relation to the topics that have been mentioned to the OC5. So just by reading what you write here, I would say no. But maybe there is something hidden there that applies really to the call. Read carefully the topics that are of interest in OC5.
And what I wanted to say before is that you really need to use the proposal template that is included in the guide for applicant, and that is also a document in itself that you can upload from the web portal, from the TrustChain web portal. And this will help you to construct your proposal. Maybe Thanasis, you want to explain a bit more what we intend to see regarding the business aspect?
Regarding the business aspects, it's important to show that there is a real need for what you are developing, that you are applying to a real need. That it would be very great if this need originates from the users, but this is not mandatory. So you apply for a need. I mean, you are dealing with a real need. You have a clear value proposition for addressing this need. You have to have a competitive advantage, and in general, to show in your business development, to show that with your solution, with what you are going to develop, you will be able to exploit it and either make money or exploit it scientifically and gain something out of it, or the rest of the people gain something out of it. So you have to really demonstrate the value. That's the thing.
Thanks for the presentation. Can you explain the proposal should identify and justify how the proposed solution or specific services and/or module provided by it can be used by other service and application developer of the TrustChain ecosystem?
Yes. So listen, you have 10 pages. Okay. In the 10 pages, you have to really, I mean, if I can, bring it in my mind exactly the structure of the proposal, you should say what is the overall need that you are addressing. What is your general approach and the scope of your approach? What's the technical solution? I mean, the architecture, technical components that it may have, some kind of specific reasons to show specific things to show that you are capable to really bring this into life. Some technological details, but you cannot really put too much content inside there. You have to describe the credibility of your team. You have to describe your implementation plan, the business value, which is exactly what you are asking for, business value and value for the rest of the TrustChain ecosystem. So what's the value for the rest of the TrustChain ecosystem? If it is useful, if it applies to a need and you are opening, you have some APIs that you are offering to the rest of the TrustChain ecosystem, that's kind of enough. You can say that we are offering our functionality through open APIs that are going to be developed as REST APIs, for example. Okay, another idea to emphasize to that, to the impact that you have for TrustChain is that you combine some existing solutions from TrustChain with this specific way or the other specific way, and together you create some positive externalities for the total TrustChain ecosystem. So as I'm saying, you have to really put lots of things inside a very small application, very small proposal, and be mindful to really focus on the things that are of great importance without putting too much content on things that are not needed. Also, because we have seen also that don't be really high level in the sense that you cannot convince anybody, or nobody can really understand what is the technical solution that you are going to develop. Please don't do that, because then your evaluation will be very low. We need to understand that you are capable to bring their technical solution. really elaborate, really sophisticated, to really describe the overview of your technical solution in sufficient detail. Okay, and don't use AI generated content because it really strikes the eye. I mean, it's directly recognizable, doesn't bring any value. You just waste our time and your time. And we are not evaluating positively this kind of stuff. So just, I mean, it's almost like a paper, but in a kind of less details than a paper without the experimental part. I mean, you have to really put some content there.
I just want to let you know that you can join our next webinar, so the 9th of December at 12 CET. And thank you for joining today.